All right, so this is very interesting here. This comes from David Pakman. So we've made like I think two videos now on this situation, but and actually if you count the videos on Politicon where we were all under the impression that there was going to be a 2v2 debate, which would have been amazing, between Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk on one side, and David Pakman and Kyle Klinsky on the other side. But that ended up falling through for whatever reason that may be. I think that Kyle Klinsky said that basically her team said that she wasn't ready, and so Charlie Kirk had to pick up the slack by doing two solo debates. But it also later on, David says someone came to him basically said that Candace Owens had agreed in principle to a debate with him, but the details weren't worked out. And I was like, I'm kind of skeptical of this actually happening. And it basically never happened. All the deadlines that David had told us about it never got met. In fact, I had totally forgot about this. I don't know when the last video I made about this was. I don't know what the date was, but I had completely blanked on this. This wasn't even in my mind until I see this video coming out from David. But let's check out what he has to say about this.
Once again, another post saying, I really want Dave to debate Candace. I don't know if that debate is ever going to happen. A lot of you may remember that at one point, it seemed as though Kyle Kolinsky and I were going to do a 2-on-2 debate with conservative people. I'm lacking in the right words here. Conservative individuals, Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk at Politicon 2018, back in October in Los Angeles. It turns out that I guess they were never really doing it, or at least Candace was not. And then it looked as though I was told by a third party that was organizing a debate that Candace Owens had agreed in principle to debate me, and we were just finalizing topics and the dates. Tentatively, one of those dates was March 18th. As you might know, looking at a calendar, March 18th has long come and gone. And it doesn't seem at this point that there's any reasonable opportunity for me to debate Candace Owens. It doesn't seem that she wants to do it. To be clear, it's not me that is holding it up. It is Candace, and that invitation remains open. Also,
yeah, he's talking about Candace there. Candace definitely cowered it out, and for obvious reason, right? I mean, could you imagine a debate between Candace Owens and David Pakman? I mean, David Pakman's a pretty high-tier debater for sure. And so even the prospect for Candace Owens of debating him, and I think a lot of people were saying this, like, wow, I'm actually really surprised that Candace Owens would even be down for a debate with David Pakman, considering the risk it involves with her career. But, the truth about Candace Owens is there's literally nothing you can do to, make her get out of the spotlight, right? Every crazy shit that she says just makes her stronger. It just reminds me of remember when Perfect Cell like blows himself up? Well, actually, he was semi-perfect at that point, and then he just comes back and says that there's no way I can die because if I just blow myself up, I just come back stronger, which makes no sense. That's what it reminds me of. So when Candace Owens said that Hitler was only bad because he went outside of Germany, like you would think that that would like end someone's career, but instead like it did absolutely nothing. And there's so many occasions of this occurring with Candace Owens, right? The most well known being her going on Joe Rogan and getting absolutely maimed by Joe Rogan on climate change. Candace Owens is literally dumber than Tommy Lahren, and it's not even close. It's not even a competition. They're not even in the same realm, dude. That's how wild it is. Candace Owens is the dumbest person I have seen in political punditry ever. Seriously, I'm not kidding. Um, she's incredibly unintelligent. She has no clue what she's talking about, and she tries to like get into back and forths with people with actual degrees in history and stuff like that. Kind of like what Dinesh D'Souza does with Kevin M. Cruz, and he gets buried every time because obviously Kevin M. Cruz is like an actual historian, and Dinesh D'Souza is just a political hack. But I was always skeptical about this debate happening. It's not gonna happen. There is no chance that this happens. But definitely let me know your thoughts on this down below. I'm curious to hear them.